Samantha was always very difficult, very stubborn. She was not a kind of forgiving person. She would hold grudges, and she was very wild, trouble to the teachers. At the point that I had to look for psychological help, because the teachers, they convinced me that Samantha had mental issues. She had to go to a therapist, but I discovered that she didn't have any problem. She was just a rebel. Samantha was very much influenced by her friends. Whatever friend says, she would go. That didn't matter what I would tell her. You know, my guidance didn't mean much to her. So when she went to high school, that was the time that I really saw things going downhill in our relationship. Samantha became very much against me, kind of enemy. Whatever I would tell her, she wouldn't accept. I could see how much she hated me, and I didn't even know why she hated me. I would do whatever I could to help her, to please her, but there was no communication at all.
So around that time and around that age, for me, I also didn't really have a good perspective of my mum. Literally, she could just come to me and just say hello, and I would already start to be angry. And there were times where I would literally have to try and hold myself back from attacking her. And there wasn't really a proper reason for me to be angry at her, but I just didn't really have a good relationship with her, in the sense of we couldn't really sit down and just have a normal conversation most of the time. But even at school as well, my friends were very, very influential for me. So a lot of the issues that I went through actually was under influence of friends, whether it was that they directly told me about it or whether it was through what I saw that they were interested in or they were doing as well. So I started to get into certain addictions as well. I even changed my appearance as well to look more manly, to look more masculine, because I thought that femininity was weakness. I didn't really think much of myself, so I didn't really feel like I had much strength to actually develop as a person and find who I was.
The fight to bring Samantha to God was not easy, to be honest. So I asked God direction, said, God, what to do? So I had an idea. I would bring Samantha to watch VYG. She hated it with passion, but I told her, I do not negotiate it. You need to come with me. I don't know for how long. How long was it, Samantha, for you really to take seriously?
From when you invited us to come to me actually making a decision, it took roughly 5 years.
I remember that just before she made a decision that I went to the altar and said, God, is it like that? Is it the end? You fight for your child and you trust God, but sometimes you see that things not really working the way you expect. So that was the moment that I went to the altar and said, and now, God, what to do? Because I don't know what to do anymore. So one day, just after that, a pastor came to me and said, Samantha today really surrounded her life to God. And I looked at him and said, okay. He said, no, look at me. She really surrounded, her life to God. But it took time. It was not easy. You needed to be resilient.
The process of change, it did take a while, because from the moment I was invited to come wasn't the moment that I actually came to God. So I came to the church, but I didn't come to God. So it was a process of around 5 years. And even though I had been coming and I didn't really want to come, I actually joined VYG as well. But then one day, I actually just came to a meeting called Real Talk. It was just different. I think it was either that meeting or the one following where I just decided, you know what, I'm going to give my life to God. So all of those years of coming to the church, all of those years of coming and listening to hundreds and hundreds of messages, it hadn't gotten through to me yet. But that day was the day that I said, no, I need to actually give my life to God.
Samantha didn't change. She was transformed. It's totally different. When I look at Samantha, I can't see Samantha, the old Samantha. From that person that used to treat me as enemy, we became friends. We talk. I'm very proud of Samantha now. She's a woman of God. She helps in VYG. It feels good to have Samantha in the presence of God.
Thanks to the fight of my mum for me, today I'm a different person and I actually came to the presence of God. So today I have the Holy Spirit. Today I no longer suffer through the issues that I suffered through. I believe in myself. I'm no longer insecure. My relationship with my mum is so much better. We joke, we laugh. I feel like there's a friendship there as well. It's not just mum and daughter, there's also a friendship between us. So now I know what it means to be in the presence of God.